The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2025 early summer edition of The Local Show. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. You know, in every episode, we dive into captivating conversations with Syracuse's movers and shakers, like business owners and top executives, entrepreneurs, nonprofit organizations, and a bunch more. Brace yourself for jaw-dropping business insights and success stories. The Local Show shines the light on the business visionaries, turning Syracuse into the ultimate hub for work, life, and new opportunities. We're broadcasting from the Zoe Advertising Studios, brought to you by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement. And you can see us on YouTube as well, using that technology. And just look us up. We're at Zoe Advertising. Steve's on the mic, on the other mic, and ready to rock and roll today, huh? There was something I was going to ask you. No, it's a question for...
what's his name?
Jerome Snyder. Yeah. Jerome will be coming up first. But,
okay. Hi, Tom.
Yeah, did you bring out your rolling papers during the week?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, you take your rolling papers, go outside and roll up a doobie, and then smoke the Canadian wildfire.
Make some interesting sunsets, you got to admit.
It was beautiful. I think it was beautiful. I love the smell. It's like having a chimney all the time.
With all that nasal infarctions, you can actually smell.
I actually smell it and think it's a good
so
smell.
It smells like a perpetual barbecue?
Now, either that or I'm smelling my neighbors who have, fire pits. I can't tell the difference.
It smells
really.
like steak. That's probably
It smelled like a mesquite type of thing.
I was golfing out at Drumlin's, and in that haze, you hit the ball up into the sky with it, and you just can't see it.
Oh, really? Was that bad? I didn't see that much.
But just because it matches the color, not because.
Okay. Do you use just a regular white ball, or are you into the multicolors?
I use a regular white ball.
Can you use I'm not a golfer,
any
so you can do any color? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think I'd be that kind of person who used a lime green or something like that.
Different people actually John Murphy's coming up here next couple sets.
Yeah, sure.
Don't tell anybody, but he's colorblind. So
no kidding.
Yeah, so I'll take advantage of that with him. I'm like, there it is. Just kidding. So a green ball in a green fairway.
Yeah, you wouldn't know anything. Okay. Jerome Snyder's with us right now, owner of Pestmaster Services. How are you?
Like a dream come true, Tommy.
I knew it was.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, does this purple haze do anything for the bugs? I know that people smoke bees.
I have to tell you, when you're opening, you're talking about that. I'm over here going, I don't know anything about the Canadian wildfire. I thought you were talking about 2 years ago.
Oh, no, it's happening again.
I didn't know that. I've been working so hard. I had no idea that there was Canadian wildfires.
Yes.
But I can speak to that.
You can.
Because I have a Jerome Snyder unique opinion on it.
Very good. Go ahead.
So 2 summers ago when we had the terrible ones,
yes,
right? So they came around this time, and we did not get any stinging insect calls all through the summer.
Isn't that something?
We didn't get a single one. And then
I thought so.
When they cleared up,
Bingo.
It was bonkers.
No
it
kidding.
was our 2 highest sales months.
Wow.
In August and September, if I remember back, kind of things cleared up the end of July.
Yeah.
And then we started getting into some very dangerous situations.
Wow.
We get it there's big, huge nests deep inside the walls. They were aggressive. They were big.
You're talking about bees.
Yeah, yellow jackets, wasps, bees. Yes. And so they all were deep inside. There were crazy things. We come up to a nest. We're careful. But I personally got into some dangerous situations.
Can you believe that, Steve?
Got into
the smoke held them off.
So as an entomologist, my hypothesis is that it kind of pushed them deeper inside and it changed their behavior. And so I think last time I was here, we talked about the bounce. So remember you said, the winter, and we had a longer winter. Mm-hmm. And what's that? And when we had a harder winter, now we have a bounce. There's more than you would have expected.
Oh, okay.
And the same thing with the wildfires that I saw. that there was none, and then when they cleared and that environmental impact went away, then bam, nature goes overtime. God says, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's go and let's make up for lost time, and that's what they do. So from my experience and observations as an entomologist.
Yeah, what is that?
An entomologist.
I don't.
The study of insects.
It's bugs. I was trying to come up with something
It's
funny,
people
but
who like to eat bugs.
it's bugs. Entomology is the study of bugs. And I would just say that there's this factor called bounce. That when the population goes down, nature, God takes over and says, "Hey, we gotta find balance again." And so then they overproduce to make up for lost time.
That's what we call it when Steve walks.
That's correct.
And trip.
You see it in rat populations. Like if you go and take out a bunch of rats, all of a sudden their reproduction rate goes up to fix it. You see it with coyotes. You see it with a lot of different creatures.
So the ants come marching in yet? Sorry.
Go ahead. You can talk
the
about
ants come marching in yet?
Ants are bonkers this year. Ants are bananas, to say Joe Rogan, right? Bananas. I have ants like I haven't seen in a long time.
No kidding.
They're
carpenter ants or the little red ones or what kind?
All of them. Most of what we were getting inside the houses is the carpenter ants. It was a wet winter and stuff like that. So those usually start showing up around February.
Yeah.
We will get calls for ants in February.
And you can eradicate them.
We do. Yeah, we treat them. So we didn't get any calls for ants in February, and then all of a sudden,
again,
when that snow cleared up, we got a ton of ants, and they're tough infestations.
So, question for you: down in Franklin Park, they do a lot of pictures there. Steve knows that, being a photog guy. So, my son is a photog, and he's doing a lot of prom pictures, things. So, we went down for his prom to get pictures. I have never seen in my life the size of these bees all around Franklin Park. I mean, there are literally hundreds and hundreds of giant bees. What kind are they? Are they
could be carpenter bees? So carpenter bees,
big black bodies
with shiny butts.
Yes, shiny butts,
and
very round, very round.
Yeah. So those they have a season when they're really active. And man, when they go, they're all over the place because they're doing their love thing and they're flying around.
Yeah, it looked like they were doing stuff in the air.
They are.
Reminded me of my honeymoon.
They're doing things. And so, carpenter bees have a peak, and we have traps. So I don't know what other companies do, but we have traps that we put out that capture them, so it's pesticide-free control.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Good,
so if you've got bugs, call Jerome. If you've got rats and mice, call Jerome.
Yeah, if you've got woodchucker, squirrel, or a bat. There
we go. All of those things. 598-4046. Jerome at Pestmaster. 598-4046. Call Jerome. He'll say, okay, what's it going to cost? They'll ask. He'll answer. He'll make a plan. Pestmaster.com/Syracuse. Thanks for coming, Mr. Pestmaster, Jerome.
Giddy up, guys.